Hey, my name's Juan Blancarte and this is my final project. I did an ATM machine. I'm going to go ahead and run it. So here's the welcome screen where it asks you to enter your account number. So for example, if you were to enter an account number that didn't exist for whatever reason, it'll let you know that account does not exist. Please enter your account number. So yeah, any made up account does not exist. And then when you do enter the correct account number, it attaches you welcome back Juan. It gives you the greeting and asks you for a PIN. Same thing with the PIN. If the PIN doesn't match something in the system, it doesn't allow you to go in. It says incorrect PIN, try again. So then when you enter the correct PIN, it takes you to the menu. So here in the menu, you have 5 different options between balance, deposit, withdraw, transactions, and to exit. So what would you like to do? So first you can check your balance. So here it is. Your current balance is $5,380.95. So from there we can deposit. So let's say I want to deposit $358.65. Gives you the new balance. Deposit successful. Your new balance is $5,739.60. And then let's say if we want to do withdraw, option 3, how much would you like to withdraw? $147.22. Same thing. Your money's been delivered. Your new balance is so and so. For balance also. For withdrawal, if I want to withdraw more than I have, how much have I deposited? Let me see. If I want to withdraw 12K, it'll go ahead and let you know, sorry, you have insufficient funds. See, just for the sake of the transactions, if we do have the transaction, let's do one more deposit, $789.65. Let's do one more withdrawal, $257.85. So okay, it's giving you all the same messages. From there, we can go to transactions. And it'll display your transactions here with withdrawals. 2 withdrawals of 147, one of 257, and then the 2 deposits you made. As a user, if you're done, you're already happy with what you did, you can go ahead and press 5, and it'll let you know to have a good day. And then that's the end of the program. For the code, so I have the person class here with all the attributes set to private, properties for public, for when we need to access them. Constructors. Different variables. The one method I made that gets called in the main right here is get account, which pretty much gets the user's account number. Here it's assigned, it's converted to an integer, reads the line, and then returns user account. So here we have the main, the main program. The object I created, person 1, with the attributes of Juan Blancarte, me, the account balance, and the account number. I was gonna put the PIN in here too, which would have made sense, but at first, because I knew I had to put arrays in this, I wasn't sure how to incorporate arrays. So I thought I would make this right here, this variable, this array, a PIN bank, which would contain several pins. I imagine like in real life banks don't do this, but it would just have several pins, and then as long as I'll show you later on in the code how I attributed that. But yeah, it's pretty much the object right there. The array, the pin bank, which holds different pins. So creatively, I was having issues with thinking of how to do like a transaction history and how to separate withdrawals and deposits, because I didn't figure out how I could put like in the array how to put this is minus 257 versus this is a plus, and how to get it to recognize that. So what I ended up doing was doing 2 separate arrays of a size of 10 elements, 9 because it starts at 0. So an array for withdrawals, for deposits. I have the counters, I have the PIN, user count, user choice, deposits, withdraw, my boolean, to keep going. And then so here's where the console displays the Bank of the World, generic name. And I start by doing user account equals person 1, which attaches to the method get account right here. So it returns the user account, so it's stored there. So what I did here is, while the user account is not equal to person's 1 account number, it shoots out that account does not exist. And once again, it does. It grabs user account from the get account method using person 1, and it just restarts. So once the person enters the right user account, as soon as it enters the right user account, it moves on. So if the user account does equal the account number for person 1, it says welcome back with the first name of person 1. Please enter your PIN. So the pin, you know, it reads the line, converts it to an integer. So this is something I found online with because I was thinking, you know, how to find it in here without, because I was having an issue where I was doing the for each loop, but every time I would do a for each loop here, it would for every single time, I think for the different pins in here, which I think this is why banks probably don't do it in real life, it would just shoot out a message for every single element. So instead I did it, where am I again? Sorry. So instead I did it, if the pin bank contains the pin, then do this, right? Pin verified. Or else, while the pin does not equal the pin bank, which in this case, the pin, for this one, I made it just the first element. So while the pin is not equal to the first element in the pin bank array, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, say incorrect pin, try again, and then once again, it just reinitializes, you know, pin equals whatever the user enters, and it goes back over here. And then or else, just as a safety, is the account does not exist, but it'll tell you this at the beginning. I guess it's just a fallback. It does the same thing. Person one get account, runs it again. Okay, so then this is pretty much like the main activity section. So while keep going, the Boolean, it displays the menu with your different options. Ask the user what would you like to do, user choice. And then for the switch, I use the user choice depending on what they want to do. So for case one, the balance, pretty simple. Your current balance is person one's balance, which you know is the one that over here. So breaks. Case two, how much would you like to deposit? So this is where at first I was like thinking of how to do the for the transaction history. Like I didn't know how to sort it in the array and have it read out properly, knowing what's what, like what's a withdrawal, what's a deposit. So okay, so deposit equals, you know, the number that these people enter converted to a double. So person's one balance is now equal to person one's balance plus the deposit. And then for the deposits array, you know, the counter's in here, it's already set at 0, it equals deposit, and then move the counter over 1, so now it's on the next element, so it can store the next deposit amount. So I just did this deposit successful, ... your new balance is, so now it'll read out the balance. That's for the user and also for me, just for when I was making this to make sure it's correct. Break. Case 3 is for withdrawals. So for withdrawals, same thing, ask the user how much would you like to withdraw. Withdraw equals convert to double, read line. So if the withdrawal amount is greater than person one's balance, obviously you can't withdraw money. I'm sure some banks you can, but you get a like, you know, penalty or whatever. So console write line, sorry you have insufficient funds. Else, you know, same thing as the other one. Person's one balance equals person one's balance minus the withdrawal amount. The withdrawals array with its counter set at 0 equals the withdrawal amount. Move the counter over for the next, you know, the next withdrawal. So then it says your money's being delivered. Your new balance is person one balance. Okay, case 4, the transactions. So like I said, here I had to get a little creative. I'm still, even till now, I'm trying to think of how I would have done it, just to store them all in one array and alternate, kind of how we did with the war game, where it's split into 2 different hands, alternating numbers, but I didn't have to store strings in there, you know, like the plus or the minus sign. So I wasn't too sure. So what I ended up doing with the two arrays is, so it does the transactions menu here, and then it lists withdrawals first. So for each number in withdrawals, if the numbers are greater than 0, because I think I did initialize it to 10 elements, and obviously, you know, not everybody's gonna have a transaction history that long if it's their first time at the bank. So as long as the numbers in withdrawals are greater than 0, or the elements, it's gonna go ahead and print, you know, minus however much numbers. And then for the deposits, same thing. For each action in deposits, if actions are greater than 0, it's going to go ahead and write those numbers with a plus. And then case 5, you know, if they decide to quit, have a good day, keep going equals false, and then it just breaks, and then just here your generic, press any key to continue. So yeah, that's pretty much my program. If I were to refine this, I was trying to do some other things, but unfortunately it wasn't working. The transactions, like I said, I would have liked to have stored them and then obviously attach a date. I wasn't sure how to do that. I did have like some versions of this program where I tried to do that, but it just wasn't working out. Other things I would have done to refine, obviously, was maybe having like a checking and a savings account. But overall, I mean, I tried to break this thing. That worked out pretty good. And yeah, that's my program.